In today's tough business environment, you need more than just a great idea. You need a game plan. With celebrity business experts Kevin Harrington, widely known as the king of the infomercial, and Laura Betterly, an expert in mobile, internet, and social media marketing. Hosted by Vonabelle Sherman. With entrepreneur guests Alex Gonzalez of The Green Vacuum. Watch as up-and-coming and established entrepreneurs give their pitch to our celebrity experts and get their game plan to take their business to the next level.
Well, welcome to Game Plan, where the pros show the entrepreneurs how to take their businesses step by step to the next level. And one of our co-hosts, he's a household name now. He's the king of infomercials. It's Kevin Harrington. Hi, Kevin.
Vonabelle, great to be here. Thank you. Going to see some pretty cool stuff today.
We are.
Really excited to be here.
I got a little preview there. It was pretty exciting, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, joining us, we're going to have Laura Betterly, and she is an internet marketing genius. And not only that, you are Google certified.
Yeah,
and of course, a mobile marketing expert. Great titles, and we'll be able to use those gifts and talents to show our businesses how to grow and get a game plan.
Awesome.
So let me tell you about our first guest. His name is Alex Gonzalez, and he has created the Green Vacuum. So let's let him tell us all about it. Alex, welcome to Game Plan. Hi. Welcome. Nice to meet you as well.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Nice meeting you.
Okay. So we want to hear all about it. Go ahead and give us your elevator pitch.
All right, my company was created to give the customers, the homeowners, peace of mind through a preventive system. And actually, I was identified myself with the rest of the population since I was actually in the market to try to look for something like this. And that when I realized that nothing like that existed, it made me go and start into development a unit.
What's the green machine going to do for me?
The green vacuum, what it does, it prevents anything, your air conditioning drain line. It creates algae, mold, all the kind of nasty stuff inside the drain line.
Yep.
So that drain line, with time, it will clog. And this would do is a preventive system to not allow anything from sitting on that line that creates that clogging. By going on every week, 1 minute suction, 2 minutes, you could set it up for every day. It has a pre-programmed timer inside. And it would do the suction, and it would do the maintenance, and it prevents anything from sitting on the line that creates the clogging. And then it goes the whole week again.
Wow.
Until next week.
Now, Alex, I don't know if you know, many years ago, as an entrepreneur, young entrepreneur, I owned a heating and air conditioning company. Now, this is going to prevent people from needing service calls. So I don't know, as an owner of an air conditioning company, if I would like that or not.
Well, actually, I was told by an air conditioning company guy that they would rather sell it because it's the mission statement. They want to provide comfort and value to their customers.
Yeah.
And that's
I'm kind of teasing when I say,
and that's the starting point.
Yeah.
After that, of course, they provide this to their customers, and it generates more income to the company, because those drain line, depending on the location, might clog earlier than other homes. And they rather make $200 today than $100 today and another $100 3 years later. So they gave me their own input by creating this, and they're very excited and motivated by pitching this product to them.
We used to get a lot of phone calls from people that we didn't,
I can tell you as a homeowner, especially here in Florida, more so than when I was up north.
They run
there's so much stuff goes on. And I remember it was actually last year at Easter time, and all of my system shut down. And I was lucky enough to get somebody to come in, but and every time I've had someone come in, 9 out of 10 times, the problem is a clogged line and nothing else. No other particular, and there isn't anything that you can easily do as a homeowner. I mean, to vacuum out that line or keep it.
So you'd rather have preventative care than having to get stuck on Easter.
Well, there's nothing worse, especially when you live in a hot climate, to have your air conditioning not working. Yeah, I mean, I would much rather. There's a lot more elements. I would rather have not, no light, than no air conditioning.
Let me explain to the customers and the viewers out there right now what we're talking about, because we all know it. You've had a problem. We live in Florida. I own a heating and air company. But what happens is, as your air conditioning system is working inside, the evaporator coil is pulling the moisture out of the air. Right. And where does that moisture go? It drains outside the house.
Correct.
And what happens is, over time, that drainage system gets clogged with gook, right? And so the green vacuum is designed to every week, once a week.
It goes on for 1 or 2 minutes.
It sucks the line clean.
It sucks the line clean.
Beautiful.
And it prevents anything from sitting on the line and creates the clogging.
Unbelievable.
Really, it's only sucking water out of it, because it's doing it so it doesn't allow anything to build up.
And how much does it cost to run?
Nothing. It runs on solar energy. The solar panel, as you can see, charges the battery. Whatever energy gets used of that battery, the solar panel will be in charge of recharging it, and it's back to normal. And the next week again, even though it takes only a couple of hours to recharge.
Now I noticed the solar panel is attached on my side of the house where I drain. That's my shady side of the house. Will that still work for me?
It'll still work for you. Of 2 different reasons. One, you can remove the brackets that you see here on the unit.
Oh, yes, I do see,
and install the AC.
Oh, mount it somewhere else.
Exactly.
Oh, brilliant.
On direct
4
sunlight.
screws.
Yes, and with extended cable. You have the short cable too, that for people that the sun hits on that side of the house, and they'll be fine with it. But the good thing about this is that really you don't need to be in direct sunlight to recharge it. Even if it's on the shade, it'll charge. It'll take longer than being direct sunlight, but you don't need the unit for another week again.
Right.
Right.
So it might take...
That's enough time, even if it's shady.
Exactly.
Correct?
The energy used by the battery with that 1 minute suction or 2 minutes, it doesn't really run the battery
much.
In an hour or 2, it's recharged again. But assuming that it's not in the direct sunlight, now it might take a day or 2 if it's not in direct sunlight, but you still don't need it for another week. So it'll work
very
perfect.
efficient.
Yes.
That's really efficient.
Let me ask you a question. How hard is this to install?
It is not hard at all. I could. Do you mind if I open it?
No, I'm fine on that.
Yeah, sure.
All right, the inside. So let's say the installer. This is the inside of it.
That was easy, wasn't it? Okay.
Yes. And there's 2 holes for the screw that comes with a rubber gasket that you mark your holes in the wall where it goes.
I'm going to move this so you can turn that out to the camera.
Yes, definitely.
That's interesting.
This is the inside of the unit.
Yeah.
You have your pump, your timer, your sensor, temperature sensor, and your battery. And then here's your 2 mounting holes to the wall.
Right.
Once you mount it, plug the cap on, and you're done. It's very
and
simple.
then you just take
You just put the drain line into here, which usually I actually have.
Just happens to have one right there.
This comes out of the right.
Awesome.
Oh, magic. It just appeared. Who put it there?
Magic of TV.
So this comes out of the wall, and it's usually like that for water to be built in there. You just leave some water there. You just flip this. There's a P-trap here that you can also have it. And you just plug it in. Mount the 2 screws, and you're done. This goes on every week. It's going to be noisy here because we're on the outside, but if you want, I could just manually turn it on.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter either way. We get it.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's about
that's it.
You close the unit, and you're done. The temperature sensor here, if the temperature, outside temperature, is less than 34 degrees, it will prevent the unit from actuating. That way, it doesn't suck any ice into the unit.
Right. Now, so we're taking in the water and sludge and dust and algae, anything that's in those pipes, and it's going to pass through here. Now, where's it going to go?
Right on the outlet.
Okay. So it's actually going to pass through right to the ground.
Right back to the ground. If you don't mind, I will put some water through it. You'll see here I have a little cup there. You can see the water running right through it.
That's smart.
Yeah, if you'd like, that's fine. Can I help or hold it?
Oh, I'll make it.
Okay.
Here you go. Let's make sure that we don't spill any water.
Okay.
Let's just put some water so you see it going right through.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah.
So
Just comes right through.
even in the future,
just
10
like
years,
in your
20 years
home,
later,
yes.
this breaks, you're still getting drained right through it.
That is true.
So it's not obstructing anything.
Right.
It's not in the way of anything.
And there's a pump inside there that's sucking it.
Yep.
And And so if it on a weekly basis, then there's no buildup.
There's no really buildup. All it's doing is
so
sucking
it's always
water.
just going to be water.
Excellent.
Correct.
The key thing is to watch out that it doesn't become ice because of the cold weather.
And that's what the thermostat is there for.
It's a very sophisticated little piece of merchandise there.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Do you have a patent on that?
I do have a patent. I have a patent granted by the United States Patent Office, and we were very excited when we got it. We happened to have, my patent attorney tells me, you have the record so far. I have a patent issued in 3 months and 19 days.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic.
So it was really good. We were not really infringing with anybody, and there was nothing like it out there. It's the only thing out there, and every home is a potential customer.
Yeah.
So you have a problem, and he's got the solution.
Yeah.
And
So any
marketable.
homeowner in America
Yes.
is, now if you're in a condo that you're, I guess that's the condo association has to get, but any homeowner really needs this. So this makes this a mass market product that would be perfect for Home Shopping Network, QVC.
Agreed.
And have you looked at those kind of channels of distribution or even an infomercial?
I do have everything on the back of my mind to get ready and do all that, head on that avenue.
Right.
I have not started yet. This is a very new product that I'm introducing actually to the market right now. I was more worried about getting all the tooling done and all the, and the factory getting ready to produce and to keep up with any demand that it happens out there.
Have you advertised this at all, or
I have not.
you're just now getting it to take
You
to the
are.
market?
So we've got the premiere.
This is the world debut of the green vacuum.
Yes,
How about
it
that?
is.
the green
There you
vacuum.
go.
Yes, it is.
And it's a great
I am
name, too.
very honored.
That's a great name. That's a catchy name. I like that.
I'm
I really
glad.
do. Yeah.
It's green. It's green because it's solar, right?
It runs on
And
solar.
vacuum,
Yeah, and again, real estate. Anyone who owns an apartment complex, anyone who owns a home. I mean, really, the truth of the matter is that problem, and it has followed me. And I've had 4 homes down here, and like I said, for me, I'm closed.
It's just a matter of time when it will happen to you. If you own a home, it will happen eventually.
Not if, it's when.
So I have one question. This should be a tremendous wholesale item to other heating and air conditioning companies, correct?
Correct.
I mean, because it's, yes, you can sell to the consumer, but the person there's service companies they're doing service calls every day. In fact, they're getting service calls for this kind of problem. That's a perfect time to sell this product, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
And they do the installation, which is not hard, but they can charge whatever for the installation.
Right.
And they'll help the homeowner.
They could.
What do you think of like Home Depot, Lowe's too, like just for the do-it-yourselfer?
Retail?
Yeah, retail.
Absolutely.
That's good advice.
We're working actually to see if the homeowner can get some type of a rebate for a green product.
That would be another
also.
great incentive.
Yeah.
Is if you could get some sort of tax credit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you've given him some good ideas. It is demonstrable, especially if you can show that sludge coming out. My AC guy always called it elephant snot. Because really, when you must have had a name for it in your company days when you had it.
Well,
Because it's really,
but I can't say it here.
it's ugly. It's coming out. It's a demonstrable problem. So is the frustration that you mentioned. So that does lead you really to the HSN and QVC, and of course infomercial, because when you can show a demonstrable problem on an infomercial, it touches.
Let me ask you a question, and this is a little bit. It's related, but it's unrelated. Is there a smaller version that might go into like a Home Depot's or Lowe's and a more industrial size one that might be for wholesale
question.
distribution? Because then you're not competing against yourself in these markets.
Great question.
Yeah.
I actually have had people approach me and say, can I do a commercial version or a smaller version for? Yes, we can.
Yeah.
But I wanted to introduce this to the
you
homeowners
gotta
first
start. Yeah.
and get going, because this problem happened to me continuously. And I was actually wanted to buy one, something like this for my house. And I could not believe nothing existed. And I said, I have to develop something like this. I put a lot of engineering time, a lot of hours worked on this until finally from so many 3D printed parts to get all parts together until we finally have our tooling, everything is done ready for production. But yes, to answer your question, there's the possibility, I have the patent, we could develop a commercial one, and whoever, it's open, I'm open.
I have one suggestion, because when I had my own heating and air conditioning company, what we used to do, there was a list available in my city, Cincinnati, of new homeowners, everyone that just bought a new house. There's a customer that should be looking at a product like this, because you just bought a house, you spent $100, $500, $1 million for your home, and guess what? This is something that you need to know about, because prevent these problems from happening. And so we would do customer service. We give a free furnace cleaning to a new homeowner, and then have a chance at that time to offer some of our products for sale. So, you know, on any kind of, do you own a heating and air conditioning company, or is this,
No,
you just invented this out of,
no, I don't.
you know, it's
don't.
amazing.
Wow.
Well, my grandfather back in Cuba, I'm not going to give you the whole story, but he always was inventing stuff.
Oh,
And I
okay.
guess I get that from him.
You got the
invention
I
blood.
do.
Yeah.
And I started working just like I mentioned, because I have had those problems happening to me.
Okay.
And I always go by, like, we even use it on the slogan, like, it's always better to prevent than to regret.
Right.
And there's a million ways of how to fix the problem. Like, they tell you put some Clorox, chop back, but nothing preventive. You don't want to happen to you.
Yeah.
And
you don't know you got a problem until you realize that you're sweating and it's 120 degrees.
And
in
it's
your
not
house.
only about that service call that costs you $100, $150. It's that if your house gets ruined, your wood floor, and you have insurance deductible of maybe $2,000.
Yeah.
And now you have to deal with downtime from work to deal with that. So all of that add up to thousands of dollars. It costs to insurance company, homeowners insurance company, custom $10,000, $20,000.
I mean, look, there's the huge inconvenience factor, okay? Because when something goes down like that, we don't know. Is it that? Is it something else? Is it a condenser?
Correct.
Is it you know, does it need to be, you know, does it need more Freon? We don't know.
Correct.
So there is this time frame from noticing there's a problem to actually finding a human who's willing to come to your house, if it's a weekend or it's a night. So you're talking more and more inconvenience. And the truth of the matter is that at least from what I could see, 8 out of 10 times we've had a problem, it's been that issue.
One other thing, major problem for me, because I had a home that had a lot of these up in the attic spaces. When they backed up, the ceilings were collapsing.
Sheetrock
because,
water.
you know, the water would just,
Little much.
and I'm like, oh, look at that. And I mean, I'm talking, I've had that happen to me a couple of times.
Yeah, so I mean,
a lot of good stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Good information, good problem solution. I love that you were able to add your personal experience. So now you have a game plan. You have the best advice from the pros. And I hope that you can take the next step and build that for yourself and create your own game plan. We're really glad that you were here with us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It is a pleasure for me.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Alex, it's great to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Congratulations on your inventor geniusness here, okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Leave it. Wow. Pretty
Hey.
inventive. It solves a problem. And it touches every single homeowner.
I deal with a lot of inventors, and people say, how do inventors come up with their ideas? They think of a
solve a
problem,
problem.
they solve a problem,
Yeah.
you know? And
That's right.
it's in Alex's blood, you know, from his grandfather, as he said, from Cuba. But I come, you know, as a homeowner, I've had this problem. As a heating and air conditioning owner, back in the, you know, early days of my entrepreneurial career, I saw service needs all the time for people that had this problem also. So I know it's a great problem solver.
When you realize that there's a problem, and then you can figure out an automated way to handle it, and that's what's nice about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know we're supposed to take the shop vac and suck it out once. Like I remember,
I think twice
like I'm going to get my
a
kid to
year,
do it.
something.
Yeah. I'm going to do it. Yeah, not going to happen. So
Right.
yeah, when you can take that element out of the equation, and it's an attractive unit. I
It
like
is.
the name. I think it's a
So
winner.
I see 3 or 4 opportunities. Number one, shopping channel for sure.
Yep.
Catalog for sure.
Yep.
Right.
Infomercial. Now the infomercial can drive the brand, and then it goes to Home Depot and Lowe's.
Right.
And then I see a wholesale deal to every heating and air conditioning company, plumbers alike,
but you know
across
what?
the board.
Maybe we
That's
could even
true.
look at licensing it to Train and to a lot of the manufacturers, and then you just cash some checks, and let
Could
them
be a
handle all that
licensing deal too.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
Great information. Nice game plan
A lot of great
for
opportunities.
Alex. Thank you for all that input.
As a new product in the market, there's nothing like it out
I
there.
know.
So
No,
he's got
that's what
he's got a
said.
lock on the market. He
Yes.
stands a chance to really reap some big rewards over the
Yeah.
next number of years.
Wow. Well,
Yep.
we have this product that's going to reap great rewards over the years. It was our pleasure to share the information from the pros and these great entrepreneurs. Together, they can come together and make terrific game plans. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time on Game Plan.